Hey everybody, Corey Smith here with Stymied Golf. Want to bring you another club review, a club that's quickly becoming my favorite one in the bag, and that would be the PXG Secret Weapon MiniDriver. So a little background on this, for a little while was struggling with driver, like a lot of us do, and I had a traditional 3-wood and then I bought a 5-wood, and was kind of noticing the 5-wood was going about as long as a 3-wood, so that gap was a little bit awkward and kind of a little bit useless towards the top of my bag. So I decided to, watched a few review videos, decided to just go ahead and pull the trigger on a MiniDriver, get rid of the 3-wood, and I gotta say I'm very glad that I did. So now that gapping's a little tighter at the top now. This club has been so good for me off the tee. It's creating a new problem, which is it's just a little bit shorter than my driver off the tee, but much straighter. So I find myself hitting this a lot more than I even anticipated. But it's still, useful off the deck. If I've got a good lie, and I've got a clean landing area, I feel very confident taking this out and going for a long par 5 and 2 off the deck. Again, I've got to have a clean landing area, like I said. Anything with a large body of water to carry, kind of a tighter landing area, I may not pull this just because it's a little lower launching, a little lower spinning off of the deck. But all in all, it's been a great club. So we'll kind of start with looks and everything like that. So head cover, 10 out of 10. Couldn't have done any better. Nice leather. The skull shushing is a nice touch. And then, like all of their other head covers that I've gotten recently, it's got this quick stick magnetic thing, so you can stick it to an iron on your bag. You can stick it to the cart so it stays put and you're not losing it. Nice soft inside, so very well suited there for a head cover. Grip, just like all the rest of the clubs in my bag, MCC +4 mid-size. And then shaft, this is the first shaft I kind of took a chance on in the bag. So normally with driver, up until recently, I've enjoyed kind of that very low spin, low launch profile, which with this shaft would be the Denali Black. I decided to go with the Denali Blue on this just to see if a little smoother kick point, smoother feeling shaft might help off of the deck with the MiniDriver, since it's a little tougher to hit off the deck than a traditional 3-wood. And I kind of quickly fell in love with it and started transitioning the rest of my clubs, rest of my woods at least, to a blue kind of profile shaft. So this is the Denali Blue. I went with the 60 gram 6.5 flex, so extra stiff on their scale there. Again, it took a little while to get used to. It feels a little bit more lively than the black profile shaft that I usually play. But once I got used to it, again, very good shaft. And on to the looks of the club. So definitely a glossier finish. There's a little bit of that carbon crown there. A little glossier finish than some of the other woods I've had in the past. Even my driver's a matte black. Very quickly you get used to it. I mean, there's a little bit of a shine if it's super bright outside, but nothing too bad. Shape of it, I kind of like the shape of it there when I put it down into dress. Even though it's low lofted, I still feel pretty confident with this behind the ball. Nice little PXG X marker there for the alignment key. Club face looks good. White lines there again to help with alignment with the club behind the ball. And then here's the sole here. So they've got 4 weights, so super adjustable between the adjustable hosel and the 4 adjustable weights. Club is super adjustable. You can kind of get it to tailor whatever needs you have. And so there's 4 weights, 2 different actual weights for this. So it comes with 2 15-gram weights, 2 2.5 gram weights. So after a bunch of tinkering, I turned mine down 1 notch in loft. So I believe it's 12.25 degrees now. And then I have my heavier weight in the front and in the toe to give me a little bit of a lower spinning, fade bias, a little fade biased feel to it. Again, I'm using this a lot off the tee, so that lower spin kind of helps me gain some distance from this, and then that fade bias. It's my usual shot shape that I prefer is a little bit of a fade, so that kind of helps it from kind of eliminates hopefully the right side of that club or right side of that the course for me being a left-handed person. And again, this is just from a little bit of tinkering on the simulator, trying a bunch of different combinations. This is what's worked best in terms of off the tee and off the deck. A couple of the options worked best off the tee, not so much off the deck, vice versa. This is what gives me the best of both worlds with this setup. So with that, I'll go show you some swing videos with it in action, give you some numbers, and we'll go from there. Thanks. Hey everybody, on to the hitting portion of the PXG Secret Weapon MiniDriver review. I'm going to hit a few off of the tee and then a few off of the deck, and then we'll compare and go from there. Ball I'm using tonight is a TaylorMade TP5X Pix ball. As always, got the Pro T VX above me, GS Pro on the screen, and then Pro T Labs over on the secondary TV with more of the data over there. So without further ado, we'll see how tonight's swing feels and go from there. Oh, way off the toe. Okay. Not a terrible result for how bad that swing was. Club speed 109. Backspin was way down, I think, just because of the strike point. About 1900. Carry was 249. Total length 270, so it rolled out quite a bit again because of the low backspin. Ball speed was pretty low at 146. Again, thanks to strike location. See if we can't clean these up a little bit. That one was a little low on the face, so we are definitely testing every inch of this club face and the forgiveness of this. So club speed 107, backspin up to 3,300, again low strike. Carry 243, total 260, ball speed 154. All right. A little bit of a pull, turning over a good bit. Much better strike though. Okay, club speed 110, backspin 2100, carry 271, total 285, sorry, 285.8, ball speed 162. Smash factor was really good there, 1.47. And that's what I was mentioning earlier. Whenever I kind of get a hold of one with this club, it's not going much shorter than the driver. Okay. Club path is less than ideal tonight at 4.2. Okay, club speed 110, backspin just under 3,000, carry 265, total length 277, ball speed 162. So again, when I'm finding the center of the club face like these last few, really good ball speed numbers. All right, that was a little low heel-ish. All right, a little better club path, back to 2.4. All right, club speed 111.5, backspin 3,150, carry 252 yards, total 268, ball speed 156. Again, that low strike point there. So I'm definitely hitting all over the club face there, leading to some nice variety of numbers. Okay, for data's sake, we are going to label these next ones as 2 wood. So we'll do driver for the ones off the tee, 2 wood for the ones off of the deck. Not sure my swing has off the deck with this in it tonight, but we'll give it a try. Yeah, pretty low. Peak height's only 64 there. Not a bad result though. Club speed 109, backspin 3,200, carry 241, total 260. So again, these are the shots where if I have room to run it up or I'm not having to carry water or trouble, I feel pretty confident just kind of letting this rip and giving it a go. Again, if I have, 240 yards worth of carry, I'm probably not going to go for it with this club. But behind the ball, I mean, obviously it's bigger than a 3 wood, but not too big that it feels like I'm hitting driver off the deck. So it's kind of right in between. Okay, club speed was a little down there. 103, backspin 27, almost 2,800, carry 245, total length 260, ball speed 152. Trying to give myself a chance with the decent lie off of this turf. That's a better strike there. All right, club speed 108, backspin 2,900, carry 259, total 277, ball speed 160. So much better strike there. Better carry, better total, slightly better spin. Again, with that low spin, probably not going to come into too many greens and hold it. But again, something where I can run it up. It's pretty optimal. Yeah, let the face open a little bit there. All right, so club speed 110, backspin 3,000, carry 251, total 262, ball speed 156. All right, we'll hit one more and then we'll start to compare the data a little bit here. See if I can finish on a good one. Oh, that was just terrible. I don't think we can end on that one. All right. A little better. Still pretty low on the face. Okay, so we'll finish with that one. Club 109, backspin 36.75, carry 238, total 254, ball speed 154. So not my best strike there, but certainly doable. Okay, so here's a look at the Pro T Labs. That last strike is front and center how low on the face that was, and that face impact panel. Bottom right is the shot video, which I really love about the Pro-T Labs. Gives me a little slow motion capture of my impact. And then the orange circle there would be the dispersion with my off the deck, and then the yellow was dispersion off of the tee. There's always a slight disparity between the yardage from Pro-T and GS Pro, just using different algorithms, but I don't worry too much about the difference there. But yeah, as you can see, pretty tight dispersion. I'm not swinging it great tonight, but overall pretty happy with those. Again, if I'm gutsy enough to go for it in 2 off of the deck, I can live with that dispersion all day long. And then off of the tee, I know I lost a couple right, which I'm not used to doing, but usually left is my miss. But I'll take those all day long. I'm not getting in too much trouble there.